Hi, I'm Annie with Bright Star Massage in Eugene, Oregon. So there's a podcast that I've been listening to recently. It's called Keto Connect. It's about nutrition and specifically about the ketogenic diet. That's not my point. We're not going to talk about that today, really. My point is, at the end of the show, they ask the person that they're interviewing the same question at the end of every episode. They ask, what is one thing that you've implemented into your life in the last few months that you wish you had done earlier? And I think this is such a great question to ask yourself, and it's also really interesting to ask other people and see what their responses are. So feel free to answer in the comments what your specific thing is. Today I'm going to talk about just one of mine. I have more than one, but this is a shift that I made within 2018 that was such a long time coming. So I'm almost 42 years old, and I am a lifelong worrier, always struggled with anxiety. And my worry in my adult life is mainly around security issues, financial security. And that is a really bad combination if you are self-employed and a massage therapist, because there's not always financial security. There's a lot of inconsistency with cash flow, and you have to somehow obtain health insurance. That's not easy. You have to think about retirement, all these things. And there's a whole range of income levels for massage therapists. I think that there are some out there that are making $100,000 a year or more. I mean, if you are the head massage therapist for the Dallas Cowboys, you probably make a lot of money. If you are just someone, living in a place that's really oversaturated and maybe you're not very good at business, then it can be harder. My business is better than ever because I focus on continual improvement. So each year it has gotten better and better, but it's still not that great. I'm not retiring. I have no retirement plan. So anyway, worry and self-employment is a bad combination. At some point in 2018, I just decided no more worry. I can't do it anymore. It's slowly killing me. I am spending so much energy worrying and feeling anxious about things, and I just cannot do it anymore. I have to find ways to end this because it's going to kill me. So I just want to talk about some of the things that have helped. So one thing that helps, and I probably implemented this a few years ago, more than just recently, just because I noticed that it helps, is that if I'm feeling worried about my situation, say it's like the 18th of the month, and it's some weird month where I haven't even made $1,000 yet by the 18th, that is really scary, and it happens. It happens a few times a year when you're a massage therapist. I guess everybody's different, but it happens to me occasionally. And one thing that has helped me is, instead of obsessively worrying, I shift the focus to being solution-minded. I like to make lists in the morning, and I write down a list of what can I do today to make my situation better. And it could be checking in on like online presence, connecting with clients, just whatever, a list of practical steps that you can take. And then I do those practical things, and then that makes me feel better. And I just say like, okay, I did what I could do. So now I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I know that I did my part today. I took actionable steps. And so now I am clocking out and not worrying about it. If I have no clients today, I am for the rest of the day just going to enjoy myself, be productive. I like doing chores. I have lots of hobbies. I have an Etsy store where I do some sewing stuff. And I like to make my own clothing. So I make all my own shirts for the most part. So I just enjoy myself. I know that I've done the actions for the day, and now there's no point in worrying. So that is one thing that I've had to learn to do as a self-employed person. Exercise is another one. I've never been very athletic or exercisey, but when I was about 38, I decided to exercise consistently. I randomly picked running as an activity and told myself if I don't like running, I'll just pick something else. But as it turns out, I do like running, and it's really efficient. So you're getting a full body exercise workout within 20 minutes when you're starting out, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. You're just getting a lot of exercise. If you're running continuously for 50 minutes, it's very time efficient. And now I also do strength training and stretching, and all those things have helped. Exercise is amazing for anxiety and depression. Diet is another thing. I've kind of continually improved my diet over the years. Cutting out sugar and excess carbs has been really huge for anxiety. I'm not a nutritionist, so I'm not suggesting that anybody, I'm not going to give you advice about diet, but I'm just going to tell you that for me, I don't eat a lot of sugar, and then I notice when I do, when it's like a birthday or Thanksgiving, it kind of makes my heart race, and it does kind of give me anxiety. So I've been pretty low carb for a long time, just sort of intuitively. And then in 2019, I've started to really just do a keto diet, so that I've pretty much been in ketosis. It took me a few days to get into ketosis at the beginning of January 1. But now, I have been, nothing really seems to kick me out of it, within the range of carbs that I'm eating during a day. I'm pretty much just always in ketosis. My blood sugar is hardly ever even in the 90s. I check it, and it's in the 70s mostly, and then sometimes like 86 after I eat a meal. So anyway, that has been amazing. I got into that because, of course, we all want to be super lean. The weight that I have to lose, I'm already really small, so the weight that I have to lose is just vanity weight. I really don't need to lose any weight, but it could be cool to be shredded. But the main benefit that I've noticed from the diet is my mood. I feel so much better, and my mental focus is better. It just feels really good. So again, I am not suggesting that diet for anybody. Do your own research. I'm just saying, for me, that's something that has helped with anxiety, and that was an unexpected benefit of switching to a low carb kind of diet. Let's see. So also doing enriching things, like after I do the actionable steps and then I do my hobbies, I just make it a point to enjoy myself several times a week. I'm always interested in projects, and I love feeling inspired. That's my favorite thing. And a lot of the time I do feel inspired. So I just enjoy that, I'm not gonna, it's just a waste of energy to worry all day long when you could be doing other things and enjoying your life, which is happening right now. You're not going to get it back. The days are just going by. So you might as well enjoy yourself a little bit every day if you can. And hugging my poodle. This is not something I implemented. It's something I've always done. My dog, Cedar Wolf, he's a hugger. He loves hugging. And that's just so grounding and comforting and soothing. That's something that we do several times a day. Every time I see him, we hug a lot. That really helps. So I highly recommend, if you have a pet, to cuddle with your pet, because that can really help. Another thing that I discovered in 2018 is that I really enjoy CBD. When I was younger, in my 20s, I smoked, THC, and I used to enjoy it, but it just got to a point where I didn't enjoy it anymore. I don't like feeling high. So when I ingest CBD, eat it or smoke it, it doesn't make me feel high. It's just relaxing. It helps with anxiety. So sometimes I'll use that if I'm in like a really anxious few days. And it also seems to work as a muscle relaxant. If I have like tension headache from lifting my shoulders up, that's usually an anxiety thing for me. I'm ruminating, thinking about what I'm worried about, and I get really tense. Then smoking just really helps me physically relax. So that is a new thing. And I think I'm sure there are more. I think there are more things. Oh, journaling. So, in 2019, I know some people are so into bullet journaling, and I wanted to, start doing that just to see if I like it. And so I've been doing that. I use a digital bullet journal. I do it on my iPad just because it's just better for me. And I've really enjoyed that. So my journaling is not really lengthy and, anything in depth. It's really brief. Every morning I do an AM journal, and it's just how I feel when I woke up, how I slept, any observations that I have, and what my intention is for the day. And then I do it again in the evening, and just, again, observations and how the day went. And then I also do gratitude, just whatever I'm thankful for that day. And something I haven't implemented, but I've heard people talk about it, and I think it's a good idea, is you can think of, one thing that you could have done better for the day. And so the act of doing this kind of brief journaling, I think that it just gets whatever's rattling around in your head out of your head and onto the paper. And once that is on the paper, you don't need to ruminate about those things anymore. If there's something that you're worried about, it's fine to write out, be as descriptive or lengthy as you want about how worried you are, what it is you're worried about, but then put it away and clock out. The point is to get it out of your head so it's not rattling around in there. You're not like obsessively thinking about it over and over again. And I like it. I found that I've really enjoyed journaling. It doesn't take that much time. It's like 3 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes in the evening. Not a big deal. So anyway, that is an interesting question. What do you guys think? Do you have something that you've implemented in the last year or few months, whatever, that you wish you had done earlier?